I didn't know the truth about my husband when I married him. I married him without knowing anything about him. If I had known the truth, I would never have married him. At first, he seemed like a great man, but later I discovered that he was completely different. Let me tell you everything from the beginning, Dot. It all started when I went to my friend's wedding. The wedding hall was full of happy people. Everyone was laughing, dancing, and eating. I was having a great time with my friends, enjoying the atmosphere. Then I noticed a man standing alone in the corner of the room. He was tall and handsome. I saw him looking at me a few times, but he didn't say anything. He didn't come over to talk to me. While I was dancing and smiling with my friends, the man didn't dance or join in the fun. He just stood there quietly watching me from a distance. I couldn't help but feel curious about him. He seemed interesting, but he didn't try to talk to me, so I didn't think much more about it. 2 days later, I received a message on my phone. The message said, "Hi, I saw you at the wedding. Can we talk?" I was surprised. I didn't know who it was, so I replied, "Who is this?" The person responded, "I'm the man from the wedding. You looked beautiful, and I would like to get to know you better." I felt curious, so I replied, "Okay, we can talk." We started texting, and the conversation was easy and fun. He was very kind and polite. He told me, "You're special. I really like you." We talked for 2 days without stopping. On the third day, he said something that completely shocked me. He told me, "I want to marry you. I see you as my wife and the mother of my children." I was so surprised. I thought, we don't even know each other. I asked him, "But we don't know each other well yet." He quickly replied, "I know you are the one for me. Please say yes. I will make you happy." His words touched my heart, and I believed him. I felt like he was being honest, and after a moment of thinking, I said, "Yes." Our wedding happened very quickly. It was small and simple. Only close family and friends were invited. I wore a white dress, and he wore a suit. He looked so happy, and I thought that I had found the perfect man. In the beginning, everything was wonderful. He was kind, caring, and always made me smile. He bought me gifts, said sweet things, and made me feel loved. I felt lucky to have him as my husband. However, after 1 month of marriage, things started to change. One day, I saw him smiling at his phone. I asked him, "Who are you texting?" He quickly replied, "Just a friend," and he put his phone away. I didn't think much of it at that time. I trusted him. Days, months, and even years passed. We had 2 children, a boy and a girl. Life seemed to be going well, and I thought we were a happy family. But soon, he started coming home late more often. He said work was busy, but he stopped spending time with me. He also became very protective of his phone. He never let me touch it, and I started to feel uneasy. I didn't want to jump to conclusions, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. I began to feel that he was still texting someone, but I didn't say anything. I hoped it was just my imagination and that everything would get better. But at DIDN single quotes T dot one night, he left his phone on the table when he went into another room. I decided to open it, and what I saw shocked me. There were messages from another woman. The messages were romantic. He called her my love and my everything. My heart sank. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. He had never said anything like that to me. He had never told me he loved me, but he told her that. I started to cry. I felt my heart breaking into pieces. I also found pictures of them together. He bought her gifts, but he never bought me anything. What shocked me even more was that the woman was from my village. I knew her. She wasn't younger than me, and she wasn't more beautiful than me. In fact, she was 5 years older than my husband and had 3 children. Her husband worked abroad. The worst part was that my husband had been seeing her before we even got married. Even after we got married, he continued seeing her. He would go to see her and sometimes stay away from home for 3 or 4 days. During those times, he spent his days with her, taking her kids to the park, shopping with them, and even giving her money. I couldn't believe it. I thought, how could he do this to me? When he came home that evening, I confronted him. I showed him his phone and asked, "What is this?" I was crying, feeling completely betrayed. He looked shocked and then he said, "I'm sorry. I made a mistake." A mistake? I couldn't believe it. I shouted, "A mistake? You lied too. Me. You promised to love me, but you've been with her all this time." He begged me to forgive him, saying, "Please give me another chance. I will never do this again. I love you." I didn't know what to do. I felt lost. I felt so much hate for him. My mind was spinning, and I didn't understand why this was happening to me. Why was my life like this? Why did this happen to me? I took my children and left. I couldn't talk to anyone about it. I stayed with my parents for 1 month without telling them everything. Finally, my parents asked me why I wasn't going back home. I had to tell them something. I didn't tell them the whole story, but I shared part of it. They didn't believe me at first. They said, "You have children. Please forgive him. Maybe he will change." He came back to apologize again. This time, for the sake of my children, I agreed to give him one more chance. Maybe he would change. We started living together again, but something had changed inside me. I had no feelings for him anymore. I hated him. I couldn't forget what he had done. I tried to move forward, but deep inside, I felt empty. 2 months. Later, the same thing started happening again. The texts, the late nights, and the lies returned. I realized that he hadn't learned from his mistakes. I saw him with her again, in his car, spending time with her. He apologized once more, saying, "I'm sorry. You are the best wife. You are the best mother. You're my angel. Please forgive me." I had given him a second chance, but he repeated the same mistakes. I finally made a decision. I stopped listening to anyone else. I started listening to my heart. I decided that I couldn't live like this anymore. I needed to be strong. I decided to divorce him. I wanted him out of my life for good. I left. I went abroad to work, leaving my children with my parents. It wasn't easy, but I knew it was the right thing to do. Life is like this sometimes, and I don't regret my decision. I'm stronger now. I learned that no one should ever stay in a relationship where they are not respected and loved.